Hi, it's Jeanette here from Far Forest Ceramics. I'm having a Sunday afternoon Glaze Fest and I thought you might like to just follow me with a bit of the process because I'll be putting these in the kiln hopefully tomorrow and then doing an opening. I'm going to start at the beginning. It might not be of interest to anybody, but this is how I tend to track what I'm doing. I haven't got many pieces. I have got a couple of plates, which every one I give a number, which I then keep with photographs and sheets. And I've also inscribed the number very small on the back of my piece. So these are some plates that my mum and dad have actually asked me to make for them, and I'm going to try a peacock effect on those. So I've already worked out I'm going to work on a sandstone base, and I'm actually going to bring in some of these colours into it when I'm doing it. They've actually got a specific cushion that's in their lounge that this is going to go on the coffee table, so it's pricking up a lot of those colours. Then I've got, I have to remember, on a recent opening I did these gorgeous mugs. So these are going to be for our house inside, and I want to do some bowls to go with them. I've got two bowls. They're not the same size, I know. They're roughly the same shape. But if I glaze them the same, these weren't the same size, but they look like a pair. Now I've glazed them together, so I'm going to do the same as these. Could be cereal bowls, I don't know. So, like I say, I've got my number. So this one is 121, so 575 grams of raw clay. These are on an index I keep on an Excel spreadsheet, where I also track the weight of clay, what glazes I use, what firing program, measurements before, dried and after, so I can check shrinkage rates. I am a little bit over the top with my organisation. I know that, that's just me. I know it's not what everybody does. So I'm looking at these two and I want to try and create something like this. So when I looked at these two, I've looked back at the sheet. So this was something I've got on my textile wall. This is how I track how I put my glazes on. So I've got lots of little photocopied sheets that I just make a grid of. Super simple. Basically, I just have up here the reference of the actual pot number. I put the clay, which is mine is Millennium at the moment I'm using, and then also what program I fire it at. And then these are the stages that I work through. I've got some pre-drawn with little test tiles, some for mugs, some for straight up bowls, and then I have blank ones for unusual shapes. So for these bowls I'm going to use a blank one, but this was the mug that I did. So literally it's the order I do the glazing. So I mark with a highlighter pen or a felt pen where I'm actually applying the glaze. So on this one I put the glaze birch on the outside only and on the handle and coming down, and I did 3 coats. So I mark these off as I've done them. Then when I'd done those 3, I then went and did all on the inside and just over the top, and the handle Cordovan, and then I marked down. And then I did cobalt wash on the outside only, 1 coat, and then I put clear gloss over the top of the cobalt wash to make it dinner safe. So that's how I tend to track it. So I will do the same here now with my new one and do a little sheet for these, and then I can follow that when I'm going through the glaze process. I've also got some like angular bowls here that again are not the same size, but they're similar shapes. I'm going to glaze them in the same colour, and on that one I'm going to go for this type of effect, which was, this textile was Celadon Bloom with green tea over, and on the back of this textile, so I'd actually have got a front and a back of the textile. On the back of this textile, which is the back I'm looking at, I put light flux over the top of it. So my plan here is on the inside of the bowl to do exactly this effect. However, the light flux that I've applied afterwards, instead of putting it on a line on the top, I am going to pipe it in a bit of a scallop on the top edge on the inside. And on the outside, I'm not going to put the flux. I'm just going to go with Celadon Bloom with green tea on the top with no flux. On that one, I've got to wax my bottoms, give them a wash, dust them off, do my sheets, and then I'm good to get going. And I've also got some little platters which I played with transfers, then I put some stroke and coat on before I bisquied it. Don't like how it's come out, so I'm now going to do a bit of stroke and coat, bit of corrective work. They were just testing with the what do you call them, transfers. So I'm going to play around with those, put a little bit more stroke and coat on and a clear glaze, and I'm going to go over the purple with some of this orange. I don't know whether it's going to cover it, and then the green I'm going to rub into this texture here and see if it colours some of the purple. We'll see. Then put some clear glaze over those. Nothing to lose. I don't like them as they are at the moment, so I'm going to give them a try. So yeah, I'll record this. I'm more than likely going to put it on speed, hyperlapse, so that it goes through a bit quicker. It'd be a bit boring to watch me all the way through. But yeah, let's see how it goes. And then it might be nice to see this process as well as when it comes out the kiln. Okay, see you later. Bye. So I do my waxing on a Giffin grip. I know not everybody loves them, but for me, I find it very, very helpful, saves a lot of time. I have my standard wax resist, but I have watered it down with a little bit of water, which the application just seems to be a lot smoother. I tend to use the same brush every time I use my wax resist, and I literally just apply. These are really wonky plates, so they are going to be wonky anyway, but I tend to go over the foot, and personally I've got so much wax and I would like to have some coloured wax because it'd be a lot easier to see where it is, so I tend to also wax the base of my dish as well, because this makes it a lot easier when I'm sponging down on here. So these are all very wonky little test pieces, but the Giffin grip just really helps it locate, keep it nice and still. For me, I will take the wax down just a fraction down onto the base here, including the foot. And I'll also hold the wax over the top, because I have had an accident in the past where I've dripped it on my piece, and that's really upset me because it's almost impossible to get off. And then here I will work my way down. I don't know what anybody else's techniques are, but I find this works for me, and I do get a nice rim. The only problem is with this wax, you can't see where it is if you've spilt any, more so. Not on this application, but like, you know, if you've got a drip or something, you can't tell till it's too late. I've already sanded these, so I wax before I wash down. I don't know if others wash them before they wax, but what I've done is I've checked every piece, lightly sanded any rough areas, and then I'll apply my wax. By the time I've applied all the wax, literally within 2 or 3 minutes, the wax is dry, and I just get a washing bowl of water and give them a good swill in the water. I then place them on my glaze table, ready for glazing, and by the time I've got myself organised, they're all bone dry. So I suppose the whole wax and clean take me maximum 10 minutes in total for my kiln load, but bear in mind my kiln is not humongous, so because of the types of pieces I'm doing, sorry, I'm concentrating to make sure I get a nice rim there. Because of the pieces that I'm doing, they're quite big, so I haven't got a load to do, but yeah, maybe about 10 minutes. I don't find this time consuming. The sanding, just checking it, I don't take very long on that either, because I've usually spent the time when I'm trimming and before bisque, making sure it is as smooth and all the roughness, anything I can find, has already been refined. So I will spend a lot more time with my refining before it's bisqued. I just prefer that. Okay, let's go now, and I'm going to wash them all. So I'm now just going to literally rinse my pots, and now I can actually see where my wax is, and then I'll just put it down on the top to dry. Doesn't take you. Just trying to get dust off, anything else that might be on it. I'm checking in particular that I haven't dropped wax anywhere. So that's 131. That's that one. This is the matching one. So far so good. No little wax, nice clean line on the wax. Again, you can see, like the first ones I did, they're pretty much dry already. Nice. Last one. Good old dip. Get all the dust off. Yeah. Doesn't matter that I haven't actually covered the hole there with wax. It's just going to help me keep it a little bit cleaner to wipe off if I need to. But if I go now to my first ones, you can see here they're already dry. Like if I put my finger on there, you can see it where it goes wet. So they're pretty much, I'm just going to wipe where the wax is, and then they're good to start glazing.